Hey everybody, welcome back to the live stream, or welcome to the live stream, I guess I should say. It is Tuesday night live, and so, and for those of you watching on the replay, welcome to the replay. Hi Luke Harris, welcome. Denali McCaw, El Arturo, that's a cool name. Hey, sorry, I was a few minutes late. I didn't mean to be, I just accidentally was. Yeah, I had to take care of something right before getting going. Anyway, so how's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully you're all doing well. I'm curious. I was curious to see how many of you have been watching Rebels, because I just caught up on the Rebels series. And hey, Michelle, welcome to the stream. Hey, Tyler, welcome to the stream. Joker Gaming, nice. Hi, Eric. Anyway, so I watched Rebels. I was curious to see what you guys thought. I think I'm actually really excited about it. I think the way the series is going, the way they're moving the whole thing right now, I'm pretty excited about it, and I think it's going to be a great thing. He says the new TIE Defender. I do like the new TIE Defender. I think it's a pretty cool looking ship, and yeah, I'm curious to see. Well, yeah, I had the thought. I mean, I was wondering what would happen with Admiral Thrawn by the end, and I thought it'd be a fitting end to have Vader force choke him or something like that for failing to stop the rebels. I don't know that would happen, but who knows. Anyway, hi Victor, welcome. Ecuador, awesome. Hopefully it's getting warmer for you guys down there. Hey Seal CJL, nice. Hey Tom, welcome. Long time no talk. Hi Chris. Hi Sci-Fi Wolf. Welcome everybody to the stream, and welcome to all the new subscribers. If you haven't caught a live stream before or something like that, we just talk about Star Wars, do a lot of question and answer about the 501st Legion, about costuming as Darth Vader, and anything else I can answer. And yeah, lightsabers especially like that too. So, I did want to do this. Tom, you'll like this. So, the neopixel saber, which I showed, well, it's been the last two vlogs, and it was a couple of episodes back. I showed some of the details of it. So this is what you call a straw hat style. Hopefully you can see that. Let's see if you can get it up here. Let's see. This way I can see it. So that's a straw hat style. That's all the individual LEDs soldered together, which I've been working on. Anyway, I might just give up. It's taking forever. And then this is the style that's in my lightsaber now. If you can see that. This is a Adafruit skinny strip. Sorry it's so bright. It's my lighting. And then I'm testing out this right here, which is from Nigon Electronics, saberigniter.com. It's 3 tiny little LED strips. And the cool thing is you go like this, and then you like fold them like that. So there's 3 of them, kind of all back to back, and then put that in your lightsaber blade. So this is my next project, to put this in the lightsaber blade, wire it up, and try it out. But look how narrow these are. That's 3 of them, 3 sets of red, green, blue LEDs next to the Adafruit skinny strip. It's so much. Here, let me see if I can turn the lighting down a little bit so we can actually see this. Check that out. Look how narrow those things are compared to this. So this is 1 set of LEDs, red, green, blue, and this is 3. It's crazy. He really did a good job of finding a smaller form factor. And supposedly they're brighter. They look like exactly the same LED die, but we'll see. And yeah, so Tom says you're curious to see what the draw of the Nigon strips is. Yeah, I am too. He says it'll work on an 18650 with a 10 amp circuit. So I know on mine, at least with the Prism 5.1, 10 amp circuit is just enough to provide power to 2 of these strips. So find out. It'll be cool. I'm going to work on that. But I'm going to go to 2. I'm going to start switching stuff to 26650s with 15 amp circuit protection. So that should be more than enough power. Yeah, so I can't wait. Hey, Cade, welcome. Arturo, Luke Harris. Yeah, so anyway, I was really impressed by how narrow these were. They're super, super narrow. Like, it's crazy how narrow that is comparatively Like, it's just so, it's so little. It's just, it's amazing. Anyway, all for you to see in 1080p in all its glory. So what else is going on? I'm positive that I've switched. I'm switching to Empire Strikes Back Vader from Return of the Jedi Vader for good, probably. I've just been having too much fun doing that. It's just a lot nicer. So yeah, that's gonna be coming up. And then what else is happening? We got a couple of troops coming up. I'm sorry I haven't posted many videos. My life has been crazy. But we got a couple of troops coming up this week in a few days that I'll be trying to post. So one of them are hospital troops, so probably won't post any video from that, but the other ones I think we'll be able to post something. And yeah, gonna be fun. So Megtooth Keep Power. So I have you asked me if I use a Keep Power battery. I have one Keep Power battery, and then I have two that are 26650. I have two 26650s from Orbtronic, and I'm gonna try them both out and see what I can do. Anyway, so Wyatt says that sounds like a lot of work. It is a lot of work. It's a lot of work to work on a saber. Period. Megtooth Sabersmith could tell you the same. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of tweaking to try and like get things the way you really want them. So it's a while. And then Wyatt asks how long my battery lasts on a pair, a back-to-back strip like this. I get a 18650, which is 3,500 milliamps, will last 1 hour, almost exactly. On a regular Cree in-hilt LED, which is better for dueling, it will last like an hour and 30 minutes or something like that. They draw quite a bit more power. And I haven't worked with it at all to try and like optimize how much power it's, right now it's just on full blast. And I think I could optimize it to where it's not as full blast, but still giving off basically the same amount of light. Cause there's a certain point with most LEDs where like you're pushing it, but it's not giving off that much more light for how much power you're feeding to it. And I haven't messed with the LED strips yet to see kind of where that point is and see if I can maybe save some power, which would be great. Hey, Fantastic Raids, welcome to the stream. Hey, Mark. Okay, Mark. So I watched your your video of Zach. I'm assuming you must have tweeted that to him or something like that. But Zach Callison, the guy who voices Steven Universe, when we interrupted his SenchiCon panel a couple of years ago, and Mark Hoofman asked if he remembered that, and he did. Very clearly did, in fact, and apparently he watched the video of it too, but that was fun. Thanks for videoing that. That was really cool to see that. So Fantastic Rage, you're handling with your Garrison this weekend. Fantastic. Man, I hope you have fun. How's the weather where you are? Is it getting warmer yet? I'm sure you guys are starting to get into your real warm season here soon. So, yeah, that'll be fun. Let's see. Arturo asks, can I recreate Vader's hallway scene, Rogue One, in my suit? I mean, movement-wise, can I move that fast? So, I can, and I've messed around with it a bit. Some in costume, but some not in costume. The issue is, usually I can't film it and stuff like that. And I can't, like, with Rogue One, his shoulder bells, the bits here, were strapped, not hinged. Mine are hinged, like Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. And so when they're strapped, you get a little bit more range of motion. I've got a pretty good range of motion, but you definitely get more because you can kind of forward and backward and up and down quite a bit. And so I couldn't do as much as he did as far as getting his arms up as high as he does, but I can spin the saber around pretty fast. It's usually an issue of at some point I catch my cape and it tangles up in my cape because the cape is huge and awesome. But it would be fun to recreate it, and I'd love to do something like that. Hades, you say you have to thank me for inspiring you to make 13 mini trombone lightsabers in a week while you're at college for Star Wars Night Hockey game. Dude, that is awesome. I would love to see a picture of that. Hopefully it went really, really well. If you want to do a picture, you can either like post it on Instagram and tag me, and my thing is in the description of the video. But I would love to see a picture of that. I hope it was cool. I'm sure it was. Meg Two Sith says, God bless handlers. Amen. Anytime you can wrangle for somebody or help at an event as a handler, it is a huge, huge help to those who are in costume. And so I'm trying to do it a little more. That's why I did like the Star Wars Reads Day. Well, that and I pulled muscles in my back. But I'm going to try and do it a little more on some of our troops, just to make sure that certain people like Jen, who's she ends up handling a lot in costume, and I don't really like that. So I'm gonna try and handle from time to time, especially our longer troops. I'm taking some of the time to handle, but if you want to get involved with the 501st, a great first step is to go meet your local people, talk with them, and then see if you can go out on a troop with them and handle. It'll do two things. You'll either realize it's not something you want to do, or most likely, it'll make you realize how much you really want to do it and really light a fire under you to like do it and put stuff together. So anyway, Zach has, Mark Hoofman says, Zach actually has a YouTube channel and asked me at FanFest if there's any way to contact you personally. Oh, sweet. Is this YouTube channel, is it just like Zach Callison or something like that, Mark? Because if it is, I'll reach out to him and say, hey. Anyway. Wyatt asked me if I'm going to get a new Darth Vader costume. Do you mean like the Rogue One costume or anything like that? Because I am not. A Darth Vader costume like mine is expensive. I wouldn't say ridiculously expensive, but it's expensive, and it costs a fair amount. And so I'm happy with mine. I love the Return of the Jedi Vader. I love the Empire Strikes Back Vader. I'm going to stick with Empire Strikes Back for a few reasons, which I think I detailed mostly on my last stream, but some of the stuff I have for Empire Strikes Back is a little bit more durable and will hold up a little better on troops, and so that's a lot of it. And then Empire Strikes Back is just kind of bad to the bone, so I like that. Anyway, hey, the Reaper, you want to replace the eyes on your Darth Vader helmet. How does one do this without ruining the helmet? So Reaper, it depends on which helmet you have. If you have like an EFX helmet or something, you can pop those off and get lenses to replace it. If you have the Ruby's helmet, the Ruby Supreme helmet, then you can pop the lenses off. They're just kind of snapped in and maybe hot glued or something. They'll come off. But then you actually have to Dremel out some of the plastic around the lenses to give yourself a little bit more visibility. It's a worthwhile upgrade. It helps the helmet look a little better. It's still not, like mine, but it will help. It'll definitely help your visibility because you'll get a lot more if you do that. Hey, let's see, Maurus, I guess that's your name. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for watching my videos. You got your Stormtrooper kit a few weeks ago and you're building it now. Awesome. That's great. And you enjoy seeing the behind the scenes 501st shenanigans. Yeah, we have a lot of shenanigans up here. We got a really good group of people that we troop with, which is a lot of fun. And so yeah, a lot of behind the scenes stuff happens, And some troops are a little more serious and a little more careful depending on the troop and stuff, but we always try and have fun and enjoy ourselves. So Wyatt asks when my next troop is. It's this week. I've got a hospital troop coming up in a couple days, and then I think there's a Battlefront 2 launch, and then there's another troop on later in the week that I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make because I've got to pick somebody up at the airport, but we'll see about that. Let's see, Mark Hoofman, it's Zach Callison. He only has one video. Okay, after this, I'll look it up. Thanks for letting me know, too. I appreciate that. That's really cool. Michelle. Yes, the Dune Sea Garrison is awesome. I know a few guys from the Dune Sea Garrison. They're very cool. Very, very cool guys. Justin says ESB is the best. It has the best troopers. Yeah, you're a little biased, though. Snow troopers. But ESB is. I really do like it. I didn't think it would be as different as it is, but it is different. It feels different. Partly the costumes different because the way it sits and stuff is a little different. But it feels a little different the way you wear it and stuff, and it makes you act a little differently. So it's kind of cool. I didn't think there'd be that much difference between Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back, but there is. So, what are my thoughts on John Powell scoring Solo, a Star Wars? Okay, so John Powell did the How to Train Your Dragon movies 1 and 2. I don't know that I ever saw 2. No, I did see 2, yeah. And I really like those scores. I thought he did a great job. I think he'll do a good job with the Solo score, too. I, I'm still a little apprehensive about the Solo movie. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be entertaining. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little apprehensive about it. Not because of the director stuff and stuff like that, but just I don't know. We'll see. That's because, like, for me, they restarted the trilogy with the new trilogy, and obviously now they're doing a whole nother trilogy with Rain, which I guess we'll find out how good of a job he does in this movie in about a month. But and then when they did Rogue One, kind of the anthology, the other Star Wars movies in between the main trilogy movies, Rogue One was a great one because it filled in a gap in the story, and I know Solo will too, but Solo is a little bit more of a departure from the story than, say, Rogue One is, at least in my opinion, because Rogue One still pulled in a couple of the main characters, Tarkin, Princess Leia, Vader. Now, granted, if you liked or hated the CGI, it is what it is. But I'm a little apprehensive about the Solo movie. I'm hoping it's going to be good. Anyway, hey, JT Clark, you're ESP, but you're biased. Yeah, I know you're biased. Hey, Connor, welcome to the stream. You're submitting your Kylo for approval in the next couple of days. Fantastic! I'm so glad to hear that, and I'm glad you like your saber, mate. That's awesome. I know I've seen some of your pictures you posted, and they always look great. Especially your saber looks fantastic. So Wyatt asks, how much a Darth Vader costume costs? So first off, you can't buy a Darth Vader costume like mine off the shelf. Nobody makes one. The closest people that made one was a Novus, and I don't think they have any for sale right now. And their cost is like between $2,500 to $5,000, depending on what level of stuff you want. I will say that making your own is going to cost in that range too, $2,500 to $5,000, depending on the stuff you get and how you do it. So, Vader, Boba Fett are among the most expensive costumes in the Legion to make because they're hard to find parts for, and there's a lot of parts, and they're very specific. Cy Wolf says snowtroopers are the best. I do like snowtroopers. They're pretty awesome. Dune C. Garrison, that's your, oh cool, Mark, I didn't know that. That's your Garrison, awesome. Dune C. Garrison, they're awesome. Good guys. Good people, I should say, I guess. Luke Harris, you got Battlefront 2 today? Okay, good. Have you played it? Have you enjoyed it? I haven't got it yet. I am a little ticked off that they went with this whole big, huge thing about pay to play, basically. I know you can play 40 hours and unlock a hero character, and I think they changed it. But for me, like, I gamed a lot, and I really start to hate it when developers institute a model that's basically you have to pay to keep up, and or else you're just relegated to kind of the distant people who don't really go anywhere. Now if they gave the game away for free and then they added stuff like that, I would feel a little different about that. But still, it's not the best. Anyway, but hopefully you enjoyed it. I do plan on playing it at some point. Isaac, you managed to catch a live stream. Yes, you did. Thank you. Thanks for the compliments on the channel. I appreciate it. Let's see. You haven't missed a whole lot, Noah. A little bit in the beginning. I talked about more neopixel stuff, but that's about it. So let's see. John Clark, you're at the 5,200 mark? Yeah, I think I'm probably up about that mark too. I'd say I'm in the 5K range, 5,000 range. Now I got some doubles of stuff, and I've gotten some really high-end stuff that's hard to find, and so that's, it is what it is. Anyway. Arturo asks, what's my favorite lightsaber sound font? So I really like the MPP HD on saberfont.com, and there was another one that was very like Rogue One-esque, and I really like that. I love the way the saber hums in Rogue One when he ignites it up. It has this really visceral growl sound to it, whereas the sabers in the original trilogy, I like them, but they were more like classic lightsabers, where the one in Rogue One has this just little underlying to it, which I really, really liked. So anyway, it was good. Lord Nitus, you'll just watch my YouTube videos about it? About what? I'm curious. Shamim's Necro there. Yep, that's a good one too. I like that one. Baco R1. Yeah, Blanco R1. That's the one I was thinking of. That one's really, really fantastic. Wyatt asks how much my lightsabers cost. Yeah, not like lifesavers. My lightsabers, they run a gamut, depending on what you want done and how you doing it. I'm not taking any more conversions at the moment because of some other stuff I'm dealing with in my business. In regular life, I would say real life, but it's not real life. This is also real life. It just comes from gaming in the background, and you're chatting and stuff and talking about people, what you're doing in real life. So anyway, they run between like a few $100s. If you have a hilt to send me, it's a few $100s up to like $500, $600, $700, $800, somewhere in there, depending on what you want and what you want done. So the DVR1, I might have that one. Mark Hoofman says you get the DVR1 by Saber Baron and ESB Legends. I don't think I have ESB Legends, but I did like that font when I listened to it. Waiting. Okay, watching videos. Yeah. Yeah, Battlefront 2. They won a great big huge prestigious award of getting the most downvoted Reddit post ever, and that's an accomplishment, I guess, if you're going for that sort of thing. It's not exactly what you go through. Hey, Elfie asks, you're wondering, seeing as you're new to the channel, what is the 501st Troop in real life, and what do you guys do? So the 501st Legion is a worldwide costuming organization that specializes, we only do Star Wars costumes, and the 501st Legion only does bad guys. We do the Imperials, the Bounty Hunters, the Jawas, and Tuscans, and stuff like that. And our whole entire focus is going out, having fun, spreading the love of Star Wars, and raising funds and helping support charities. So all around the world, there's people that dress up in Star Wars characters like I do, and we go to visit hospitals, or we go spend time with charities, or we help raise funds for charities, and do things like that, and spread the love of Star Wars and have a blast while we're doing it too. So that's what the 501st Legion is about. There's a few sister organizations or brother organizations or whatever. There's the Rebel Legion, which is all the good guys, the Jedi and Wookiees and stuff like that. And then there's also the Mandalorian Mercs, which are all Mandalorians, like Mandalorian armor and stuff like that, like you see in the Clone Wars, the animated series, and stuff like that. And then there's also the droid builders, or the astromech builders, the guys who build R2-D2s and BB-8s and stuff like that. And so those are the main ones, and we all kind of have the same focus of like going out, having a good time, raising funds for charity, and helping people out, and bringing smiles to people's faces. So, bad guys. Yeah, our motto is bad guys doing good for the 501st Legion. That's what we do. So, let's see. Could Daigold Beast ask, could I wear a Darth Vader Death Trooper suit or make a Kylo Ren lightsaber? Yes, I do make Kylo Ren lightsabers. I have made several, and they're pretty cool. They're pretty awesome. And I could wear a Death Trooper suit if I had one. I don't have one. I don't plan on making one. The costume I would like to do next. Well, there's a costume that I'm still trying to do. It's taking a bit longer, but the costume I would really like to do is a Wookiee. I really want to do a Wookiee in a few years. So that's my goal. In 2-3 years or so, have a Wookiee done. And I'm going to tie the whole suit myself, and yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be a lot of work. So some of these live streams might be sitting here tying Wookiee hair. It'd be really boring. And like watching paint dry. You probably wouldn't want to watch any of that, but might live stream it anyway. So, let's see. Maura says, you know that I visit are the most rewarding troops of the hospital visit, but what kind of troops do I think are the most fun? Man, they're all a lot of fun. The hospital troops are definitely the most rewarding for me. I'd say the fun ones are... the more fun ones they're more relaxed in some ways, and so like the community events that we do, those tend to be a lot of fun because they're a little bit more chill and a little bit more fun. NH asks, why is the 501st so restrictive about the costumes? So the 501st developed what's called CRLs, Costume Reference Library, and our goal is to look as close as we can to what is stepping off the screen. So cosplay is a little different because cosplay, you can kind of take your own take on whatever costume you want. You could do a pirate Kylo Ren or a pink stormtrooper or something like that if you wanted to. But the 501st is really focused on looking like we stepped off the screen, off the movies, and giving people the experience of like they're meeting their Star Wars heroes in real life. And so that's why the 501st has standards that we try to attain to, because we want to bring good, what's the word? We want to do justice to these characters that we're portraying. So, let's see. Luke Harris, your dad is thinking about being a 501st person? Fantastic. That's great. Meg2 Sabersmith says they want us to look as good as the movie characters for hospital visits. Yes, they do. And we do too. And that's part of the reason that like when Lucasfilm needs to do a big event or a premiere or something like that, a lot of times they ask 501st Legion members to come out and be a part of it because they know that our costumes are at a certain level. And so, hey, Darth Vader. That sounds weird to say. Hi, Darth Vader. You did your own version of a stormtrooper in 3D. It looks awesome. That's fantastic. Mark Hoofman, Darth Vader meets Alaska Vader. Yes. And YouTube let me know that I can now claim a custom channel name, and I've been trying to think of what I should name the channel because I don't want it to be just Darth Vader, but anyway, I got to think of something, come up with something brilliant here at some point, I guess. Let's see. Vaders Unite. Vader Empire Unite. J.T. Clark. Eloquent. You mean Vader. Vader's fist. Yes. Mark. Oh, you guys are awesome. Let's see if I missed anything else because I know there was a bunch of comments in there. Let's see. Oh, you sent me pictures. Thanks, Hades. You sent me pictures from the hockey game. Awesome. I can't wait to check them out as soon as the stream's over. Yeah, Megatooth's right in that, like, most of your time doing this costuming thing is waiting for parts to arrive. Oh, man, you get on wait lists and it takes forever. It feels like it takes forever. I guess it doesn't really, but it does. It takes a while. My costume took me about 2.5, maybe almost 3 years to get to the point where I am now. And then that didn't count about a year of research time before that. So about 4 years this costume has taken me to kind of research and then start putting it together and go like that. And Hill asks, do those standards exclude a lot of people from helping? Not sure exactly what you mean, but not really. There's help for people who are wanting to make their costume approvable. And then for people who don't really want to make their costume approvable but would like to be involved, you can always go meet your local people and ask and see if they'll let you come and handle and help wrangle and be support crew at an event. They're always appreciative of support crew. So Isaac asks, what is all this stuff behind me? So all this stuff behind me is my recording studio. It's something that I have done for years as a profession. I'm kind of changing up now and moving more into the video and media production spaces, but I still use this equipment a lot for my videos. And so this is my recording studio. Meg2 Sabersmith says he's on a list to get on a list. Yeah, that's about the half of it too. You get on a list just to get on a list and wait. It takes a while. Oh my gosh. Oh, let's see. Greetings from Central Garrison. Hey, Vader Dave, welcome. How long do I think it'll be till I open up my Saber conversions again? I'm hoping like around the new year or so. I would like it to be sooner than that, but until I get some of these things taken care of, especially some paperwork stuff I'm working on with the state of Alaska and my business, it's just taking forever, and I really got to focus on it. So hopefully around the new year, that would be fantastic. John, how about baked Alaska? No. Thanks for that suggestion, but no. Hey. Thanks for the comment on the stream. Appreciate it. Let's see. Noah said I must have a lot of patience to make that costume over time for 4 years. Yes, I do have a lot of patience to a point, but I've also really focused on goals. When I set a goal, I really I'm going to work till I can get there, and so that's yeah. Let's see. And he'll get that. Thank you. Rocky Mountain Garrison helped you get your TK up to spec, but it doesn't seem like it can be done. It can be done. It does. Sometimes it does take a lot of work. I will say it's really worth it when you get done, or when you join and get approved and get to start trooping as a stormtrooper. It's a lot of fun, man. There are other options out there too, though. You could look on like whitearmor.net and see about some of the other makers that make armor, because there's some good kits out there that are made that are fairly affordable, depending on what your budget is and stuff like that. But take time. It takes time, and it's worth it, because by the time you get done, what you step into or step out of as in costume, it's a night and day difference. So I started with a Ruby's Vader, and now I am where I am. So Ruby's Vader is what got me started down this whole path and got me researching and everything. So Mark Hoofman asked if I have any plans on making a Return of the Jedi Luke hilt for myself. I do have the hilt here, and someday I'll do an install on it. I'm actually making it more for my son than for me, because he's really on this thing of he's my son, I'm Darth Vader, so he's Luke Skywalker, and he likes Luke Skywalker as his favorite character. So yeah, I've got that, and I'll be working on it. Luke Harris asks how long it takes to make a lightsaber. It depends. See you, JT Clark. Thanks for tuning in. Depends on the saber. Kylo Ren is definitely one of the more complicated installs, and that's just a straight up install. And then it depends, like if there's a crystal chamber involved or not, or there's a lot of factors that go into it. But usually, like half a day for a really basic install to several days or more, depending on what is being installed. So let's see. Sounds good, Dave. If you sent me an email, that sounds good. Hopefully I replied to it. John Gavlik says, sell the rubies and buy a kit. I'm kind of with John on this one. Like you could sell the rubies on eBay or something like that, get some money for it, and then put that money into a kit that's going to be much easier to get approved in and will look better and last longer probably than if you try and modify the rubies. It'll take a lot of work. So that's an option. Weigh your options. Definitely join the detachment, whitearmor.net, the Stormtrooper detachment, and see what they have out there and see what's out there. John Gavlik here. Thanks for joining the stream, John. He knows what it takes to modify a less than great kit and get it up to spec, and he's done it. So chat with him about it. Mark Hoofman says week, months, yeah. Some sabers take a long time, and they can be extremely complicated or not. Hey, Thomas, welcome to the stream, buddy. Mark Hoofman, Luke's your favorite character too? What are you doing on this stream then, man? Yeah, the Graflex is a very cool saber, Graflex hilt. So... hey, yeah, and Hill, I'm really glad you made the live stream, man. I'm really, really glad you made it. That's good, and I hope you get there. I hope you put the time in, or do some research at least, and see what it would take to get your rubies up to spec. Or I'm with John on this one. You'd probably be better off selling it on eBay, and then buying a kit that you can put together, and it'll be approved, be approvable a lot easier than a modded rubies. So anyway. But like I said, do the FISD, the whitearmor.net, join the forums there. You don't have to be a 501st member to join the forums. In fact, I don't even know if you have to join the forums. There's a ton of information that you can get without even joining, but joining will definitely help. And there's helpful people there too. It takes a bit to get your head around like all the stuff that's in there, because there's a ton of information, but there's some great stuff there. So Definitely join that. Maura says, I seem pretty comfortable with tearing parts of my costume apart to put it back together. Ever feel nervous about modifying my kit? Yeah, I'd say the most nervous I ever was cutting into my helmet to put my fans in, even though they were like clearly marked and stuff. But cutting into a fiberglass helmet that if you screw it up, it's going to be like years waiting for a new one, or months at least to get it repaired. So I was pretty nervous about that one. For the most part, the rest of it, though, I'm not super nervous about it. I hemmed up my own cape on this one. I put my own pleats in, and I've done lots of little mods and bits and pieces for there. And I like to tinker. I like to mess with stuff. I like to have fun that way. It's enjoyable to me. So, yeah. And it's, now I feel like I can say, yes, I've actually made parts of my costume. Like I didn't just buy all the parts and put them together. I actually did work on a lot of them. So, Thomas, you're about to start making videos similar to mine, more so for Kylo and the Knights of Ren. That's awesome, bro. That's great. I will say, be warned, it's a lot of work, especially the editing part is a lot of work, but it's fun. I enjoy it. So, yeah, I'd say the MPP is my favorite lightsaber hilt. Vader's MPP hilt it's the Empire Strikes Back one especially. It's my favorite. I like it. I'm biased, but it's the bomb. It's awesome. So, Luke's your favorite character, version 2 hilt. Yeah. So Arturo asks, is the 501st also specific about the types of sounds some characters make? No, not so much that. Although, like for Vader, a big part of the costume is the breathing. Like he has to breathe, otherwise he's not breathing. So that's a needed bit there. You don't have to have a voice changer necessarily and stuff, but and so long as your saber sounds, you don't have to have a working saber. But you do have to have either one on your belt or one that has a blade, because Vader does have a saber. Unless it's outlawed or something where you are, but the saber, so long as it sounds like a lightsaber, that's okay. Now if it's like really way out there sounds, that's a little different. So, and we try and do justice to the character. I try and bring the character to life for other people, and so it's very important to me and most of the 501st guys that I know at least to do a good job of doing justice for the characters. So Ben Hawkins asks, how old should you be to cosplay a Star Wars character? If you're talking about joining the 501st, you have to be 18 or older. If you're just looking at like doing your own Star Wars character, you can do that anytime. You can do it right now if you want to. If you're looking at you could also look into the Galactic Academy, which is for under 18. And you can develop a Star Wars character for that. But if you want to join the 501st and be part of what the 501st does, you have to be 18 or older. So, yeah. Cywolf, you trying to stir something up here? Jar Jar's the greatest character ever? Really? Come on, buddy. You can do better than that. Meg2 Sabersmith says he's curious about the Graphics 2.0. Yeah, I kind of am too. I've got the new Kylo hilt coming from him whenever it comes, but I pre-ordered it like months ago. And I'm going to build it out and for somebody, but I'll get the chance to check it out and see what it's all about. So it looks good. I'm still waiting to kind of see final pictures. So, your shoulder armor looks so wide when you put it on. Yes, it is wide. Even on David Prowse, who is a huge guy, he's a bit bigger than I am. It was wide on him too. If you look at certain angles, it looks right, but on certain other angles, it looks wide. The cape covers a multitude of those things. But Vader couldn't fit through a standard doorway straight on. He had to turn sideways. You see that in Empire Strikes Back when he's walking into the Rebel base and he goes through the metal detector kind of looking thing. He has to turn sideways to get through it. That's because the armor is so wide. It is. It's huge. So it makes him look big and imposing and bad to the bone. Luke, I saw you said something about somebody said that you had to be 20 to join the 501st. No, you just have to be 18 or older and have a movie-accurate costume. So, let's see. Malrus says, any recommendations for a voice modulator for a TK? It's snazzy with all the sounds on my costume. Thank you. Appreciate that. The TK, there's a few out there. There's apps you can get on your phone now, like Trooper Talk, Voice Sense, stuff like that. Trooper Talk, or TK Voice. I think there's 2. Those are good. You get a certain kind of cable, and you can do it right there. So that's a good one. There's a couple of other people make stuff too, but they're quite a bit more expensive. So if you have a smartphone, that's the route I would go for now. And then just get some adapters and stuff that you need to go. Hey, Mega. Hey, Josh. Welcome to the stream. I should make a build. Oh, yes. When I get the Kylo hilt, I will be making a video about it and do a review about it and stuff like that for sure. So, I don't know if I have a... Oh, I do have a live stream of a Kylo install. No idea when it was, but it was a while back. But yes, Megatooth. When I get that hilt in, I will do I'll probably just do it on the live stream or something like that, but I might do a video about building that one out and stuff, so. Isaac says, how much money would Disney have to pay me to play Jar Jar in a standalone movie about him growing up on Naboo? It would have to be a lot. A lot. A lot. Yeah, it would have to be a lot. Meg2 says ICOM. Oh, yeah, ICOM. ICOM's a great one. That's a hardware one. I was thinking of ROM Effects, but he's doing his last run, and then I think he's done. So, but ICOM is a good one. Yeah, John Gablik uses ICOM, and it sounds great. Really, really nice units. I couldn't think of the name of that one. Let's see. Let's see. Bye, Luke. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you again soon sometime. Brett asks, what do I love about Vader the most? Man, I love the costume design. Brian Muir and those guys, they created something that's just so iconic. It's so, just like, it stands the test of time, and it's so riveted in pulp culture now. It's kind of crazy. I mean, I did an event one time. I think it was my second event ever in costume at a school, and I'm like walking down the hallway, and all the doors to the classrooms are, like cracked open. It's almost the end of school, and I have my breathing going, and I could hear kids down the hallway at the end going, "Is that Darth Vader?" Like, and there's something we said, like when a certain sound or a glimpse of any certain part of like people know who that is. So the whole design, the aesthetic of the costume, I think is really, really great. And that's what I really like about it. So. Let's see. Mark Hoopman, you're interested in the 2.0 crossguard? I got the 2.0 crossguard coming. That's what I've got. And Hill asked, do I recommend build-outs on the old Master Replicas hilts, or are they worth more staying is? No, I do tons of build-outs on the Master Replicas. My Saber is a Master Replicas build-out, and I think they can be greatly improved on most Master Replicas. You can do a really great job and make them really, really nice sabers, doing a little bit of mods and stuff. The Custom Saber Shop has forums that outline like every Master Replicas and FX Saber that was ever made and how to modify them and do stuff like that. So, Cywolf asks, can you pick the boots to wear? It depends on the costume, but they need to, they usually have fairly specific descriptions about the boots themselves for that costume. Like you couldn't wear red boots with a white stormtrooper or something like that. Because it would make no sense. And it would totally destroy the illusion, if that makes sense. Let's see. I haven't already talked about that, Thomas. So Thomas asks, what do I think about the new trilogy being announced? I'm excited for it. I'm curious to see. So I'm excited for it, but I'm kind of like, I'm waiting to see the movie that he just directed before I like get really excited or apprehensive or anything. I just like kind of wait to see. And then it's taking place in another part of the galaxy, so that'll be interesting to see how that turns out. Yeah, so we'll see. Oh, Cywolf says, because a lot of the costume boots you've tried on are very, I assume you mean are not very comfortable. So costuming boots per se are not very comfortable. Now you can buy good quality boots that will work and match the description of what you need, and that will make a huge difference in how comfortable those are. So my boots, for example, are Chippewa boots, motorcycle engineer boots or something like that, and they're extremely comfortable for long periods of time. They were expensive, but they were worth it because I'm on my thing. On my feet for a long time at a time. So let's see. Arturo says, have I seen the Chad Vader web series? Yeah, I've seen that. Some of those are pretty funny. Thanks, Ben. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Lord Drakier asks if I've had a shot at converting the Disney Parks Kylo Saber. I have not. I haven't even held one of those in my hand. From what they look like in the pictures that I've seen, they look really, really good. I'd love to try and convert one at some point. So, Brett asks, who do I think Rey's parents are? So my thought on Rey's parents, there's Kenobi and all the things that have been thrown out there. I kind of think that Rey is a solo. And related to Kylo, like brother, sister, or something like that, and that there was another one that died at some point, and that's why Han and Leia broke up, and maybe why Kylo turned to the dark side or something like that. So I don't know. That's my thought. That's kind of the direction I'm leaning. I'm not super set on the fact that she's a Kenobi descendant, and then the only other one I used to think, yeah, she could be Luke, and like Luke and Mara Jade or something like that, because it looks like Luke standing by a gravestone at the end. But I don't think I lean more toward the Hannah and Leah. That's just kind of where I've gone. So anyway, Mark Hoofman, yes, you should check the Sith Lord attachment forums. But Chippewa 27908 or 909 are the boots that we use, and we cut the straps off, most of us. And then there's like Russian boots, Russian officer boots.com or something like that. They sell pretty good boots too. Those work as well. So, Zedwin asks, what are my thoughts on seeing Vader in future movies? Do you think we should see more or less of him? I would love to see more. I would love them to do an entire Vader movie. I don't know if they'll do that. I think it would be fantastic if they did, and I would love that if they did, but we'll see. So I got a couple minutes left. I'm going to be wrapping up here, just FYI. Thomas asked if I pre-ordered my tickets. I haven't yet, and I know it's really, really terrible, but I haven't yet, so yeah. Yeah, Noah, I know there's a theory that Rey is a Palpatine as well. I don't really buy into that theory. I just don't think so. Daigo Beast, you're 6'7". What character would you be good at? So you'd make a good, you make a great Vader. You could make a good Wookiee too, if you wanted to do that. Definitely could do that. You could do a giant Jawa if you wanted to. Some people do. You could do a Death Trooper, probably. You'd be pushing that one, but Death Troopers are about 6'4", so that's not too bad. You could probably do a pretty good Kylo Ren too. You'd be a little taller, but not bad. Anyway, so yeah, there's some great characters out there for tall people, like me and you. Let's see, Soviet boots. Thank you, M. Hayes. Yes, Soviet boots. Good Lord, where's my brain tonight? Well, I had like 4 hours of sleep last night, so my brain is not working on all cylinders as it should be. TB14160 asks, where do you get scout armor? A kid broke your old helmet? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Bummer. You want to join the Biker Scout forums, which is Pathfinders. Pathfinders or Pathfinder.net? Pathfinders.net. And they can point you in all kinds of directions of good guys who can, get you helmets and stuff, who make good helmets. So, let's see. Yeah, Truth says Daigo, a Death Trooper. Yeah, a Death Trooper, you'd be good at a Death Trooper. So, bye, Brett. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Mark Hoofman, yeah, 6'8" was the height of Vader in the old movies. So, 6'8" is the height of Vader, but you got to remember the helmet adds a couple of inches, and boots usually add an inch or two as well. So, for example, I'm 6'4" barefoot. By the time I put Vader on and everything, I'm about 6'9" in costume, so which is perfect. Yeah, anyway. So, hey, Michael, thanks for tuning in and thanks for subscribing. You bet, TB. Yeah, get on the Pathfinders.net. I think it's .net or .com. Pathfinders Detachment. If you look at Pathfinders Detachment in Google, it'll point you there. They'll have good vendors there and stuff like that. People you can get a helmet from. So, let's see. I said one time you could help. Hey, you're welcome, man, and thanks for helping. So, all right, Thomas, signing off. Hey, I'm going to sign off too, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the stream. I'm going to try and do it regularly on Tuesday nights, be about 6 p.m. My time, which is whatever time it is for you. So this same time that I just did it. Thank you to everybody who subscribed to my channel. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, like, share, comment. I try and interact with you as much as I can in the comments. I know I don't get there a ton, but I try. And thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you again soon in the next video, which should be in a couple of days, 3-4 days or so. I should be able to post a new video. And yeah, we'll see you all later. Cheers. Thank you, everyone. Talk to you again soon.